With the 2016 superhero movies well on their way, I thought I'd take this time to talk about my 10 favorite superhero movie action scenes. Just up front, I haven't seen any of the Ninja Turtles movies, any of the Blade movies, any of the Hellboy movies, or any of the Dredd movies. So sorry, but don't expect to see anything from any of those franchises here. Also, these are superhero movie action scenes, so there won't be any TV stuff here. If I was including TV, just for the record, that Daredevil hallway fight might have been my number 1. Anyway, let's get into this. Kicking off the list at number 10, I'm gonna go with the 12 bullets scene from Deadpool.
Let's count them down.
Now, when it was announced that Deadpool would be rated R, I was kinda wondering, how rated R would this be? Like, will it just be a couple more curse words, and a little extra blood, and that's it? Well, it turns out it was a little bit more than that, and this action scene perfectly embodies that. Not only is it violent in an over-the-top way that perfectly fits this character, but it's also just extremely entertaining. Deadpool is flipping around, shooting grenades in people's hands, and counting down the bullets the whole time.
3, 2, stupid! Worth it.
It's unique, it's crazy, and this is the kind of stuff I want to see more of in the sequel. The music by Junkie XL fits the scene perfectly, and this is just a great scene that sums up this character in a nutshell. Funny, violent, ridiculous, and insane.
Gotcha.
At number 9 is the Iron Man versus terrorist fight from Iron Man. I don't know, there really isn't that much to say about this scene, except that it's so cool. Like, this is the definition of badass in my opinion. It's exactly what you want to see. Iron Man beating the crap out of a bunch of terrorists. And unlike other superheroes, Tony Stark hasn't made any resolutions to not kill bad guys, so he just flat out murders these terrorists. Hits them up against walls, shoots them with repulsors, blows them up with a tank missile. You name it. It was also the first time we'd seen the Iron Man suit in action, and if you ask me, this is the coolest version of the suit so far. Overall, just an awesome scene and an awesome film. Coming in at number 8 is another MCU scene, this one being Hulk versus the Hulkbuster from Age of Ultron. While I personally thought that some of the action in Avengers 2, especially towards the end, was good, but was also a tad bit jumbled and CG heavy, I think the Hulkbuster fight is one of the best Marvel action scenes to date. I mean, this was the big action scene that this movie was being sold on. It was this epic thing that Marvel had been building up to, it's something the fans had wanted to see for years, and when it finally arrived, it did not disappoint. It was huge, it was funny, the visuals were incredible, and this scene did something that other superhero movies haven't in the past, and have subsequently been criticized for, and that's actually showing the heroes trying to save people. Sure, Hulk and Iron Man plow through a couple of buildings, but Tony Stark goes out of his way to save civilians during the battle, which is great. That's what we want our heroes to do. If you're gonna have superheroes destroy cities, try to show them actually doing what superheroes would do, that being saving people. And even if you take all that stuff out, it's just a fun scene on its own. Now, for number 7, let's move over to DC to The Dark Knight Rises. I had a tough time deciding whether I would put the backbreaking scene or the final fight here, but in the end I chose the latter. While that other scene is fantastic as well, that final battle is just so epic that I felt it deserved a spot here. It's also just a lot of fun to see Batman actually kicking ass again, and not getting his ass kicked. Seeing him finally getting some good punches in there on Bane is so satisfying, and the fight is just really well shot and choreographed. Plus it's also on a large scale, the largest scale action scene in the entire trilogy if I'm not mistaken, and again, it just feels like the epic conclusion to a saga, which is why I got this place on the list. At number 6, I have the train fight from SpiderMan 2. I'm actually kinda surprised that this isn't higher on my list, but I guess that's just a testament to the other 5 entries on this list, that they could beat something as great as this. This was the first action scene in a superhero movie where I was kind of in awe of how cool it was. Like, this is the perfect Spider-Man fight scene, and as a kid, this was the coolest thing ever. Now this is known as the train fight, but it really starts on this clock tower, and that whole fight is also great. But when it really steps up is when Spidey and Dr. Octopus start fighting on a moving train. In 2004, no one had seen anything like this in a superhero movie. And unlike some other action scenes from movies back then, this one absolutely holds up today. It's fun, it's exciting, it's really fast-paced and kind of intense, and generally just a ton of fun to watch. Again, this is the best use of Spider-Man in an action scene that we've seen so far, in my opinion. Moving back to the MCU, number 5 is the knife fight from the Winter Soldier. As far as hand-to-hand fight scenes go, for me, this is by far the best in any superhero movie. The opening of the Winter Soldier gave us an idea of what kind of stuff the Russos could do in terms of action, but we didn't really see it fully until that highway fight. It was also the first time since Iron Man that one of these MCU fight scenes felt pretty grounded to me. The other ones are great, but this actually felt real to me. Like there was some actual danger and someone could get killed. And it was also nice to see Captain America using some pretty awesome new martial arts fighting skills. Like from that super soldier serum, he got enhanced strength, agility, durability, I guess, and he was also given a pretty sweet shield. But I personally thought he never really had anything that set him apart that much physically. But now he's learned all these fighting techniques from shield training, and so he's able to hold his own against a trained assassin. And it altogether leads to a pretty great fight sequence. Clocking in at number 4 is the Dark Knight car chase. Now this is probably the best made action scene on this list, as far as directing, sound design, that kind of stuff. And yet it's also one of the most entertaining. I mean, the Dark Knight has a ton of great action to choose from. A lot of people don't like Christopher Nolan's action directing. I personally quite enjoy it most of the time, but this scene is just pretty much perfect all the way through. It is everything an action scene like this should be. It's very memorable, it has a ton of awesome moments, and like I said before, it's just really well put together on the technical side of things. And the visual effects are also incredible. I can't really say that much about this scene, except go to YouTube right now and watch it. Matter of fact, scratch that, just go watch The Dark Knight again. Now, I'd just like to mention, my top 3 here, I moved these around in every way imaginable. I don't know, this could fluctuate. But as of right now, here's how I would put them. At number 3, I'm gonna go with the airport battle from Captain America Civil War. I mean, everyone's already gushed over this scene, including myself, but that's for a good reason. This action sequence is truly incredible. It's exactly what comic book fans want to see, and even if you're not a comic book fan, it's still extremely entertaining. This is the big epic Civil War battle. The final fight between Cap, Bucky, and Tony, while fantastic, is more of a personal fight. This is just the all-out brawl. Everyone versus everyone. It's the first time we saw Spider-Man in the MCU. Ant-Man goes giant. It's funny, it's exciting, it goes on for like 15 minutes. It also does what I think the Russos set out to do, which is give every character something to do.
There's going to be somebody in the movie theater that came to the movie just for that one character, no matter how much screen time they have. So you want to make sure that fan gets the best experience they could possibly have.
Overall, a fantastic Marvel action scene that realistically could have been number 1 or 2. I just happened to place it like this. Now for my number 2, this was a really tough call, but I'm gonna go with the Quicksilver scene from X-Men Days of Future Past. Now yes, the Quicksilver scene from X-Men Apocalypse is also really great, but I don't think you can top the first time we saw this. In Days of Future Past, no one was expecting this kind of thing, and it just blew everyone's minds. What the crew of the film went through to make this scene work effects-wise is insane. It was also nice to see a bit more of a lighthearted scene here. Like, this movie is funny and not too dark, but this was a good way to break up the tension a bit and have something of a comic book moment. Also, the song used here is a perfect choice.
If I could save time in a bottle.
Now before I get to my number 1, here are a couple of other superhero action scenes that are pretty awesome but just couldn't make the cut.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Okay, my number 1 pick for the best superhero movie action scene is the final battle from the Avengers. Now again, I had a hard time placing this here, especially when it was up against that epic Civil War fight. But to me, it really came down to the difference between seeing all these heroes fighting together for the first time, or seeing all these heroes fighting each other for the first time. Or I guess not the first time, but you get what I mean. On this kind of scale. And in the end, I decided to go with the first one. This may be my nostalgia coming into play here, but when I saw this final battle for the first time in the cinema, my 10 or 11-year-old mind was blown. And still, to this day, it's just a phenomenal action scene. There are explosions, there are heroes quipping, there are tons of disposable aliens to kill, there's fantastic music, there are crazy visual effects, there's that epic circle shot. It's just so much fun seeing these heroes that we followed for years now finally coming together and just working as an awesome team. It's just pure entertainment all the way through. Perfect summer blockbuster action. Again, some of these other scenes are probably better put together or better directed, but this is my subjective list. And seeing these heroes that I loved coming together for the first time and fighting together for a solid 20 minutes, that is an experience I will never forget. And so I gotta put it at the number 1 spot. So those were my 10 favorite superhero movie action scenes. What are yours? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments below. While you're at it, be sure to like this video, check out my Instagram at BHL_Hudson, and subscribe for more videos like the one you just watched. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.